Good afternoon. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. I couldn't hear myself. And I think it's my headphones. Like the other night I went on, why am I so soft? Can you hear anything? And then it was like, yeah, we can hear you fine. And I go, why can't I hear myself when I have my stream on? And I think it's the headphones. They're starting to get touchy. What's up? What's up, people? Oh, I meant to friggin' fix that. Problem is now every time I need to fix CloudBot, I wonder if I can just get to CloudBot from here. I don't want to actually put on Streamlabs. Oh, there it is. Again with Twitch because I have to change something. I realized I never updated the mini that I'm doing. So let's see. Where is CloudBot? CloudBot. First of all, you are awake. That's always a plus. I want commands. Mini. Where's the mini? Mini. It's not Ep7. It's the Sky Warden. It is today's mini is Njal Storm. There we go. Alright, there's that. Because I was like, I need to fix this. I heard dingy ding and I'll be right back to look and see what that was once I finish fixing this. Okay. Done. What was that? Oh, Shanair subscribing! Thank you so much for the sub. Need more happy sounds. Here, a little pirate sound.
Arr, you say? Aye, matey. Arr!
This is gonna drive me nuts until I get new headphones. So, how is everybody today? Hi, Smart Goblin. How is everyone? I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing great. Oh, my eyes itchy. Last week was TotalCon. It was an incredible experience. I saw so many of my friends. We had our little painting competition with the 5 of us who painted the Frost Giants, the Cloud Giants. That would be, my lovely Ep7, the one that was. And, alright, so, I'm pleased to say, the votes, oh my god, the votes, I don't know if the votes, oh, hey, thanks for the sub, John the Templar. Hey, we're working on a level 1 hype train, woohoo, choo choo. So basically the way it happened, where it went down, when it came to the votes, me and Alley Cat tied. Dead tie. We both had 31 votes. Night Whisper came in third with like 26, I think. And then it was 22, 66. The other two were fourth. I don't remember the totals, all the totals, but everybody got votes. Everybody did a good job. I think all the Giants looked really cool. And we have our marching orders for next year. Where the hell is she? Oh, here she is. I have her on my desk because she's somebody I was intending to paint. I was really happy we picked her. So, Alright, so this is our next year's mini. We're going back to genies! And we're gonna paint the lady genie. So, I like this model, and I've been I've had her on my desk, and now I'm gonna eventually have to take her off to actually work on her. As for the judges' vote, that also was, like, close, and it was not unanimous. Basically what happened is the judges were not gonna pick, but I did already know that one of them had voted for me, and one of them had voted for, or would have voted because it is after the time. But one of them picked Allie, so I went to the third judge like, well, you need to break this tie. And he picked, I go, you have to decide which one would you pick, and he goes, we picked mine. So I technically won the judges pick, but hey. Hey, there we go. Hi, train! Choo 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 choo. Thank you guys for all the for the love, guys. That's awesome. Alright, this is the level 2. I wonder how far we could go. There's not many of us, alright? And we're not bazillionaires here, so. So anyways, it was fantastic. I also got, wait a minute, to put away. Actually, it's downstairs. I gotta take it out and hang it on my wall, but I actually did get a Lifetime Achievement Award. And I kept saying, this is weird. Don't you give those things out when somebody's about to either die or retire? I'm like, I'm neither. But I got a VIP badge, and I got the swag. That one with the VIP badge was really cool. I got a really awesome... It's actually a game you can put, like, board game boxes in. It's really, really neat. Plus a bunch of other things like pins. I got another mini. So now I can paint a blue version of the dog because the colors were red and blue this year. And then I got a pin. I got like a really nice glass. It was a really, really nice bag of goodies. So, and that totally unexpected. I did expect to get the award. They contacted me in like July telling me that I got it. Probably because they were going to sign me a VIP badge and I was going to go, what the fuck? So, and they signed it that week. So it's, I have no words. It's a huge, unexpectedly and huge honor in my view. I don't know if I really deserve it, but they'll all say, oh yeah, you do. I'm like, well, why? I just go and run a mini table, which I do at so many other cons because I love doing it. I don't do it for anything else. And but it was a really nice surprise, and I love the people at TotalCon. Steve is such a good con chair. And they run a really, really solid organization there. And it was a fantastic time. I got to see Night Whisper, and I got to hang out with, Night Whisper, Alley Cat, Gel Tip, and all the giant mini painting people were there. We have a new person we're going to add because I added the Best in Show person. I gave him an invite. I'm actually thinking I'm going to get this up to 10 and kill it there. It's going to be small. Did I ever share the regular painting? I don't know if... I took pictures. I gotta send them in to our Kevin, who's like the social media guy. So I have to send them in to him, and I will, I'll see if he can put it up on the site or something. I think that was the intent. They're gonna put the winner on the Best in Show winner at least on the site. I really wish I had a better camera. Maybe, we need to build the contest. Having it even appear on the website would be helpful. So I need to actually loop back around and contact Steve and company. I also need to resolve, there's a discrepancy in the hour. I'm telling everybody, bring your mini in by 5. And there's still something the book says do it by noon on site. I'm like, we're not going to do it by noon. We need enough time for people to come in and leave them. And especially since there's some that come in from the painting table. They did take entries because you came in afternoon. I know they took yours, so that's my little TotalCon thing, retrospect. All right, what do I want to do today? So last time I did all these like skulls. Thanks to Baldy for being helpful. Baldy is not streaming today, unfortunately, so I'll have to find a new place to raid. But I did all these little skulls, and then I asked him, like, what do you do with the lightning bolts? Because on the picture, it looks like the lightning bolts are more bone colored. I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I asked him, he's like, well, I always did them yellow. That was the tradition. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So now he's got all sorts of pelts. Maybe I'll work on the fur today. He's got all sorts of pelts. At some point, I'm probably going to go in and restyle all this armor and make sure that it's good enough and smooth enough. So he's got, it's brown. Actually, I do like the brown. And then it goes into the cloak, and the cloak is dark red. And I'm good with this, actually. Alright, so there's his head, which has got part of the... And I've got his, I got the staff. I keeping them aside for now. As for, I'm gonna move her away. But as for my giant, I'm actually gonna do a little bit of fixing. Oh, let's see what I got. We got a we got a reward. I got a froggy, wow! That's cool. So I'm gonna I was mentioning these. Oh, the girl. So basically, I'm gonna do a little retooling. There's a little bit that needs to be kind of fixed on her. Not much. Like, I want to feather the transition from the sun to the shade a little more, and then what else was? Oh, her hair. The sunlight on her hair. Someone said it's going too far back. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll put some blue back in there. That was the transition. Oh, there's on her anklet. It's too close in color here, so it looks like it's kind of merging with the skin. So I gotta vary that up a little bit. Maybe even darken this around it a little more. I need to fix those few things, and then I'm gonna bring it to Adepticon. I'm gonna enter in the Monument Hobbies competition. Choo choo, hey Hooper! And of course, hello John the Templar and Alley Cat. Alley Cat! The one who I tied with! Still not defeated, but I definitely tied, and I thought Alley Cat was actually going to win because I looked at the number. I didn't count them, but I could see that there were definitely more in there on Saturday than there was than I had. I think it was the painting on the trim that did it for her. I think freehand tends to be really flashy, and if you're gonna paint for a crowd, it's a really good thing to kind of lean into. We all actually had it, but hers was very, very striking. So, all right, so I got brushes. I want to go with a bigger brush. Yeah, probably not. All right, so. I want to take oh wow, all my paints. That's right, most of my paints are still like in boxes. I'm in con season now, baby. So a lot of my paints are actually still in boxes. Where is... I thought it was in there. But let me see if it's in here. I'm looking for, like, black and brown. That's a good one. So I'm going to start with this. Alright, so now that, like, the whole beginning of this is over, how is everybody? What are you working on today, if anything? Are you just hanging out? Want to chat? I'll talk about almost anything, so... feel free. I may even do this on the little tail here too. But I think I'm gonna do it different. I might make. Well, it's supposed to be a wolf. Actually, maybe I'll change that. Maybe I'll make that like a gray tail, like a gray wolf. take a look. I wonder. I think that's just fur. Let's see. Yeah, that is just fur. I like it there. I like it almost like it could be teeth or something. Also, I have a light now. So, my light was replaced, and in very short order. I got it before. Actually, I got it before my last stream, but I wasn't going to pull out a box, only to put it back in the box for TotalCon. Oh, this. Alright, so underneath is different. Actually, I might paint it with this as a basis, but I'm going to probably do it lighter than the... I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll have to figure out what's feathers and what's fur on here. Yay! I got the right one on there. Yay! Yeah, so at the beginning of the stream, I changed out... I finally changed out the mini only about, 4 streams in from when I started it. Of course, if you have any questions about anything I'm doing or my methodology and colors and what, although this one is more, I'm trying to paint it to lore standards. I would love to know if anyone does Golden Demons, how much you can dare deviate from the exact box art. Because on my Sloppy Piper, I definitely deviated a little bit, like in the colors in the hat and such. Trying to make it a little more interesting, a little more difficult. So I would be remiss. I don't know if you guys all heard the news. You probably have at this point, but if not, the miniature community lost I guess you could say a pillar. He was one of my viewers. I would definitely call him a friend. I met him at ReaperCon. He was basically always with Monster Den Mini Zed. And he's a member of our Discord. And it's hard. It's really hard. He had a heart attack and did not survive. Fuck heart attacks. Yeah, that's hard. I said it's hard to talk about it. But it was Black Skull. Our fabulous, what the hell is it called? Comic style painter. He did so many of like the Marvel Crisis Protocol people. And when he did them, he always had this cool backdrop. Yeah, I was looking forward because he was going to be at Adepticon, and I definitely wanted to run into him there. He was a great guy. We all saw him. Maybe he would pop in here, and he'd always be funny. I mean, I was actually friends with him on Facebook, and his Facebook page pretty much epitomized who he was. I mean, we shared a lot of similar interests, which was, I think the one that got me was the fact that apparently he was into Olympic curling, which I'm totally into. And the last conversation essentially I had with him, which was online because we just kept commenting back and forth, was about the U.S. mixed doubles team getting a silver medal. He also was, I believe he was the one that would go out, and his job was to test, I think, fire alarms, I think it was. It was some sort of alarm, I believe it was fire alarms. So he was always on the go. He'd bring his painting with him and work in hotels and whatnot. But very funny guy and a huge loss to our community of painters. The best community on the planet. The serious painters out there. So. Oh, I did see that. I can get it from, oh shit, I know Ange. What the hell is her? God damn it, what the hell is her friggin' tag? Her streamer tag. I know her name better than her streamer tag. Ange McAuliffe. I think I would, when I have time, I want to send her a card. I think that's going to mean a huge amount. Blades, that's it, Blades. Like, I forget her stream name. Yeah, no, we're friends on Facebook too, so I can just go to her page and get it. You know what, Alley Cat? I have an idea. If you have that address and you want to throw it in the Discord, you can throw it in announcements. I don't care if you tag everyone. You can if you want. I mean, not everyone's going to do it. I know I'm painting over the eyes. That's fine. It's good. I'm just going to paint the whole thing. So yeah, that was really tough. I remember I was hanging out with friends on Discord on that vampire server. And wasn't playing, but I was just hanging out. And they all got tired and went to bed, and I was like, I should too, and logged out and looked at Facebook, and that's what I found. I was like, oh my god. I literally found out right after. I got paint where I don't want it. I don't want brown paint in the blue paint. I'm trying not to be messy around the areas that I've already painted. I don't really want to touch up. Oh, that's actually one too. As a reminder, it will be show and tell today. I mean, I can always try to scroll back and see if I can find any of his work. Because he did post on here. And I was always like everything, I love it when you guys post your work. I really actually like doing the show and tell, but even if I don't have time to really sit there during the week and view it, I love actually doing show and tell Saturdays. We'll have to paint over that anyways. I'm going to repaint these little silver, and I'm going to paint those silver. So if I get brown paint on it, that's okay. Also, today, when I went outside, it's beautiful out today, and it's actually... Yeah. Oh, I mean, I could do that. That's not a bad idea. We can definitely do a little black skull. Yeah, Mr. Ron Karnak. Just a gem of a guy. I am so glad I got to meet him at ReaperCon. It just... Oh, his stuff is just... He said one of the best comic-style painters I know. He actually got an award... Last year he got a really nifty award at Adepticon for in the Resin Beast. The really sad thing is he was working on stuff. He did actually work on... It's here. I don't think it's here. So he was actually working on a piece for Adepticon. Being bad. There we go. Got my notifications. And maybe he wants to say anything about it. You know, if you met him and you have any memories to post, please do. Or any pieces you really liked. But I loved his style. I would give anything to get that mini to Adepticon. The one he was going to paint for it. I'd also love to get the... He did the ghost. That's one of the things I'll make sure to show. He actually did a... It was a special mini that came out for ReaperCon. It's actually, they call it a bust. It's of a ghost lady. I have it on my... Lady... How's it? I can't read it. But he actually was doing her... He actually did her in the colors for, like, the Day of the Dead. I believe the Mexican celebration. And just really cool. I have that model, and it's special because I had Christine Van Patten sign the box. And I bought the copy that was on her desk. Alright. What color? Let me see. I'm sort of going to what the box is. Sort of. I mean, I guess I could paint the little tail on the side the same color. I'm gonna paint the bag a different color. This has got a little bag that's on underneath his gun holster. I want to paint that something a little stronger. Alright. I have a lot of brands. I have a sample paint. I have a sample paint that's... It'd actually be a really good brown. Oh yeah, so one of the things I had to do before I got on here was I had to... Where's my poopy? I had to, clean my palette and replace the paper. I mean, there it goes. The paper actually, for some reason, disintegrated. Ended up, I had to like wash the palette to get it off of there instead of just peeling the sheet off. I've never had that happen. Alright, so this dark brown is only really for the deep recesses. Shadows. So I'm wet brushing. I'm not taking like paint off, but I'm hitting this very, very lightly with a very light hand to get the paint inside of the brush. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, it would be really lovely if a number of you would actually go and send a condolence letter to Ron is his name, to Ron's wife. So I want to know something. Do I drive you guys crazy for talking about too much vampire? I love that game so much. That's why I talk about it. Because I have like a big thing I could talk about. A big thing not so good happened to my character last night. But it was expected. And now I'm going to have to roll up a new character, at least for a time. She ain't dead, though, which is she ain't a pile of ash, which is an absolute plus. But if I drive you guys crazy talking about that game too much, I'll stop. I like to advertise it, though. He actually advertised me for a while there. So, I thought it's only kind of fair. Got a little heavy-handed. So, I'm going to take a little bit of my little small detail brush and I'm going to go in and redefine a couple of these things. Alright, let's go back to the brown color, the lighter brown color. Okay, that's probably pretty good. Now let's start with all this. Notice I'm going against the grain. That way I'm picking up only top parts of these. There we go. Get comfy. I have a habit. I don't know about you, but I actually have like a habit of like positioning my legs in like the worst ways for them. So like a lot of times I'll put one leg up and I'll sit on it on a chair. And then I wonder why my leg is falling asleep. I do it all the time. I go, why do I do this? It's not comfortable. Go more against the grain like I said I was gonna do. I think there's a feather in there. It looks like a feather right there. Too much. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this a little differently. I have to actually go with the grain. Just try to... I'll probably redefine some things too in a moment, but I'm going to do all this first. These are fairly chunky lines. To blend that in. That's it. I'm going to go back with my shadow color and definitely pick out some of these and fix them up. Oh, I'm like falling off the thing here. Oh, what should I talk about? I think I should talk about something. I talked about the corn. The weather's getting nicer, so maybe at some point I'll be able to put in my intended order to Reaper. Because I'm getting Baldy some pokey tools that he would like. But I need it warm enough so I don't worry about my paint freezing. Because I'm pretty sure, I know I'm ordering paint. Heading back again. Oh, I gotta do the little tail. He's got hanging off of his armor. Oh, I totally forgot to paint the backside. Alright, so now I gotta let the backside dry. Here it is. So now I'm just going in and redefining. Okay, that's a little better. I think I'm gonna go in here and trace it that way. And I'd redefine on the face. I'm hoping the silence actually just means you're all painting. That's something I sort of promote on here, is paint while I'm working. Okay, I'm gonna go back in and redo this. I'm gonna add a little. You're painting? Oh my god, a brush at work here. Awesome! Yes, you're all quiet because you're painting. That's so perfect. It makes me happy. You know what, so am I. We're all painting virtually together. Oh, I saw, the next bar hammer. I'm wondering if I should just bring in one of my pieces for the Golden Demons. I don't know, is that fair? I sort of view it as I like to paint in the time frame, but I mean, technically, I think this will. Oh, April. Yeah, I think technically this will be paint. Like this stuff will all actually probably be painted in the time frame. There's no line. Like, there's a line here, but I don't see one going the other way. Is there supposed to be one? Looks like this. No, I got it. Oh, I think the lines are just a little different from each other. I know, I saw your orders of heating and there's no one in it. I'm so sorry, Baldy. That sucks. Hey, although I said I had an equipment malfunction and now I have a new light. So I have a new desk lamp. I brought it to TotalCon. It worked great. I'm very happy to have this light back. I'm just so used to it now. Like, I used to paint before I had the light. I used to just use the camera light, but I like the light better. Now, next week, thinking of that vampire game. It's not that vampire game, but it's related. I actually won't be here because I'm off to Florida for the weekend. Kimmy DJ goes, you going every month? I'm like, no, I can't do that. My plan is like 4 times a year or so. But my schedule is just too much, even for that. But I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see everybody. Spot. I can't believe it's only a week till I go to Florida. It's like crazy. Yeah, so sorry about the water. Where are you working? You're working. Oh man. Hi, Cyrus. What's up? What you been up to lately? I want to make sure I have this texture right. Printing greetings. Printing greetings terrain for Warhammer. Oh, so I think the greetings is a mistake. Printing terrain for Warhammer, working on con stuff. Which con stuff? Did more paint on my Knights Castilian. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Glad to hear. You know, right now, Adepticon, I mean, next week is Florida, and then after that, there's nothing else in between that and Adepticon. That is scary. And then, after that, will be Rising Phoenix. I will be there. It's sometime in April. I never know what the exact dates or anything until I look them up when it hit the month. Or shortly before the con. I know generally what part of the month they're in. No. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't have a setup to bring. There's no way I'm streaming at Adepticon. I might join in. I'm probably going to join in the Pain Pass, which I know he streams, but nah. I do not stream from cons. If you are streaming at a con, I can absolutely join in on your stream, but I will not be doing it myself. I am gonna go have a hell of a time. I'm gonna enter the Golden Demons. I'm gonna try to get in on the Paint and Pass and hang out at Fort Wapo and meet up with a whole lot of friends. I'm hoping that we get in sometime on Wednesday early enough to go do the creator gathering. I mean, I could foreseeably shoot shorts on my phone and stick them on YouTube. My YouTube channel's a mess right now. I have got to organize at some point. Alright, let me see. Now I'm just sort of finessing through this. Looking for anything that's glaring. That's wrong. Or I missed. Alright, I now can go to another color. So now I want to go lighter. I think this is going to require one of those ones I have Gnawed Bone, which is a really nice, very pale brown color. Should work really well. Then it needs the Pokey Tool. I need the Pokey Tool with its thrusting action. Ah, it didn't pull out. There's a little more. Oftentimes I try to actually pull out the clogs. And then dump the dry paint in my wet paint. Alright. Pokey, or sorry, that's thrusting action. Yeah, this color should go pretty well with once again, I'm gonna go very, very light-handed this time. Try to get the tips. Okay, let's see. Oh, my eyes are tired, I think. They can't be. This is just the darker color. I'm doing a little finessing. I have to go. Does it go to white? Yeah, it does actually go to white. So I may take some white and just highlight the very edge of the very tips. Just the tips. Where's gel tip for this? He's Mr. Just the Tip. I don't think that is one big thing. I think there's... Put in a little shade there. And then I'm going to go back in. My lighter colors. And alright, let's get to the big part. Back to the other brush. Oh, hello. Do you have any advice for doing scales? Where Java have a light reflected on him from a candle. Okay, so when you're doing scales, the natural inclination is to... It's even like with this. The natural inclination is to, you know, take each scale individually and do a shadow, midtone, highlight. But the reality is when it comes to scales, you need to do something more like, you have to look at it as a whole unit. The whole unit has to be highlighted and shadowed properly. So like, you have multiple scales that will have bright, shiny highlights on it, and you have multiple scales together that have shadows and don't ever get super dark. So I think that's the best advice I can is treat it like a unit, like you're shadowing and highlight the whole thing. Like this light piece of armor, if this was covered in fur, you know, I would, you know, or covered in scales. Let's say this piece was covered in scales. You want to do it exactly like without a scale. So I have like, you know, a highlight here and shadows and such. So it's a collective, not just the individual scale. But in the individual scales, if you really want to go crazy, then you will shadow and you still will highlight them and such, but you're going to highlight them at varying degrees. So anything in the shadow area will stay dark, and you will highlight it probably with something. I guess if they're super shiny, you could still highlight it with a light, but you're going to keep it very, 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 very small. And it gets bigger as it gets towards the light source. Otherwise, and if it's for tabletop, I mean, you could just basically put down a dark color and dry brush over it with a light color. Doesn't have to be like what I'm doing here. Fur and scales are somewhat related, actually. One is shinier than the other. Like these things underneath, I'm not gonna hit them with as much of this. Like I'll hit these top ones because the light's kind of is hitting them, but the other ones I'm gonna keep it. If I do highlight it, it's gonna be very small. So like under here, I'm not gonna do super dark. I might darken a little bit more. I'm sorry, super light. I'm not gonna do anything in a shadow super light. So hopefully that is some helpful advice for scales. Because it actually won't look right unless you do take it as a unit. I need to switch brushes. That was the darker color. It's been a struggle to see how to do them. I've been doing them individually. That's it. That's the problem. If you do them individually, then you're going to have no gradation throughout the whole thing. Like, in fact, the reality is I'm too light here. You can have no gradation. They're all just going to be individually, as individuals. But fur and things like that have to be treated as kind of a unit. So maybe that's something I could teach. Do a class on like scales. And teach the, like non-metal metallic effect of scales. And teach the theorem that you can't do them all individually, that you have to think of it as a unit. That could be something I could do. Because I have a funny feeling you're not alone. I think a lot of people probably have that same issue. Because it's kind of the way we're taught how to do this. We're taught that to do everything individually. Well, it's definitely an idea for a class. I need, like, if I'm ever going to teach a ReaperCon, I need 4 classes. I still don't know if I'm going to do it this year. I kind of would like to, but I'm already like on fumes when it comes to vacation time as it is. I guess what I could do is I could calculate it out. I'm going to probably talk to Reaper John about it and what I need to do at Adepticon. Unless Ron Hawkins is there. I also need to tell them that they need to pony up what they want me to do for them. Once I'm done with the competition painting, then I actually would love to do it as a stream thing too. I mean, unless I put a pitch that, I shill for them all the time. Maybe they should just, But, nah, I owe them, so. I'm going to join classes via stream. Oh, if I'm going to do like actual teaching though, I'm going to charge for it. Because I don't have time as it is. If I actually do that, I could you know what? Maybe someday. Don't worry. I mean, I'm not going to charge like Adepticon rates. What I think I would do, I actually, someday I want to start Patreon. I need more time to paint. Wow, I've got, my nail was chipped. I want to bite it off. What I want to do, my goal in life here is I want to start Patreon, where you can sign up for tiers and I'll send you minis every month or every other month or whatever. I can handle. And I could actually offer like coaching and lessons and things like that. I don't know, would that be Like, would that be an interest to people? I would keep it friggin', as I said, I try to be reasonable on my rates, especially if it's a group class. I mean, I don't need to charge a lot. I mean, would $20 be worth it? $25? I think that's like Adepticon, their rates started at about $35 and they went up from there, but I thought the Adepticon prices were expensive. And I don't necessarily want to do that, so. But yeah, I don't think I would do it for free, because it's a lot of work to teach, and a lot of energy. I also said could consider doing some private coaching too. Like, you know, if you actually are like trying to get into competition painting, I feel like maybe now I actually have a clue. Maybe now I have a clue. I'm not sure I really have a clue. But I mean, we could get into that. You know, I could basically do a feedback sessions and things and tell you how to fix your minis. I do actually judge competitions. So I judge Captain Con, which is one of the biggest ones. I think it's arguably the biggest painting competition in New England. Although, I feel like I actually had a lot of entries at Totalcon this year. So maybe Totalcon's catching up. And we had a lot of good entries this year. Yeah, that's what it's basically. Okay, so to be honest, it's not an original thing. I know somebody who does it. It's somebody who unfortunately I had a falling out with. It was on them. They have real issues with other painters and with competition. And they basically, I guess you could call it gaslighting. They set up a mini. They have little mini competitions on their stream, in their Discord, and they set up a painting competition. Said, "Oh well, it's going to be for amateurs only." Okay, so then I'm not going to enter. Oh well, you can enter, just fine. You're not one of those pros. Oh, I'm not one of those. Okay, fine. Just the fact that was kind of insulting. It's like, you know what? I charge more for a mini than you do. And I paint better than you do. Because he's very... he goes really fast. And honestly, it's fine. And his stuff is fine. It's great tabletop stuff. And then when I actually entered the competition, I got yelled at because I entered the competition. And then I promptly pointed out, the receipts are in here. Just take a look. But I saw the writing on the wall, so I went and waged my own campaign. My Discord was born out of this. So I was like, I'm going to leave the server for sure. Cut off. I was only paying about $1 a month. I'm going to basically cut off my $1 a month, and I'm going to leave the server. And basically, I'm going to see... Not so much who wants... I wasn't planning on taking them from his server, but I was going to say who's going to come and join mine to hang out, so I could continue hanging out with them. And I had a bunch of people who actually were happy that I started this. And I mean, it's like, it's no skin off my nose if you want to keep supporting them. You know, that's fine. You do you. And then he burned them all anyways. So, but his model is a pretty solid one. Basically, if I could, I'd have to make enough money though to do it because I have I've got a full-time job that I don't get paid $1 bazillion, but I get paid enough to pay my bills and have some overtime afterwards, and so I can do stuff like go to Florida for a weekend. Or to Adepticon, or, if I can make enough off the Patreon, I would quit my job. But I'd have to make quite a bit. I think I have to have like 1,000 people subbing on here to actually quit my job. So if you can find like, actually maybe it's not 1,000, but it's definitely a lot more than I have now. I'm still trying to get enough to basically get paid every month. And I'm not really trying because honestly, I don't do this for the income. I do because I enjoy doing it and hanging out with you all and talking. What are you doing? Oh, well, that's lovely, Shinur. You gifted Hooper a gift sub. Holy shit, you've given 62 gift subs. I'm really close to actually having enough subscribers. I'm pretty close to having enough subscribers where I actually would get my $50 a month. That's what you need to get, is 50 before, so I do have perks, but the problem is I don't have time to do the damn perk, which is once you hit a year, I can paint you a mini. I was gonna do it every anniversary and they found I couldn't handle that. I have been getting through some of them. I actually have one of them finished. I'm gonna be bringing a Rising Phoenix to give to the person there. I have Cowboy. Wow, I said Cowboy Bebop. No, I have Bebop's, I have your wife's. I got a lot of it done. I need to just finish the cats. Bebop-chan. Wow, Cowboy Bebop. Whoops. I haven't seen Bebop-chan in a while. I hope she's doing good. So, yeah, it's it. So basically, it's a thought. I could do like a monster tier. I could do like a hero tier. I could do. I mean, that's the two that popped in mind. I could do terrain. I thought what would be fun if you're a GM and I get my husband involved. We do basically. I think it would be really cool is to write a little short, like a one-shot module, and put some like 3 minis in there. It'd be all tabletop level. It wouldn't be like anything super fancy. And we sell scenarios with your monsters. And I love painting monsters, so. But, as I said, I actually have to have time to do it. And that's my problem, is I just don't have the time. Oh shit, I didn't realize what time it was. I have to do show and tell, and it's 2:13. Alright, I mean, I don't have, like, anywhere I have to go, but I do need to log out, though, at some point. Alright, so I'd say this was a pretty good job on the fur. I'm not done with it yet, though. I still have more to go. I think I have a little more to go with this color, and then I have to add some white highlights in there. I will actually show off my little sloppity bow paper. He's coming along. I managed to get some more. I've actually decided to do some interesting things with colors and highlights and shadows. So like I have like a darker, like a more neutral purple. Actually, I gotta go in there and take that out. I highlighted the orange with yellow. I highlighted this green with actually a bluer green. So I've made some progress on it. I think he's coming out pretty good. I've gotten some great helpful advice from people. And of course, I said at the top of the hour I had her, but I've shown her off. I did actually fix some of the parts of the legs, but I need to. There's still kind of a line here that I need to feather out, and a couple other things. Thank you. I want Sloppity. I would like to, all I'm really shooting for here in Adepticon. I'm a realist. I am not going to get a Slayer sword, and I am not going to get... There's no way. I couldn't even dream of it. And I'm not going to get... I'm not going to get a Golden Demon trophy. But a pin, to get one of the pins would be really cool. I mean, I could get a finalist pin would be really cool, but I'm not even counting on that. Probably a silver, whatever the silver is. Alright, let's open Discord. Wow, I'll tell you what, the light's really whacking my face. My server. I'm just gonna set this up first. Someone posted a link. Cool beans. Remember, I do have a thread in there. Actually, now that I've got this, let's grab. Now I gotta actually rearrange my screen so I can actually see. The chat. Come on, baby. Right now, let's set to display capture. I want to grab this. I hate figuring out how to grab Discord. Okay, here we go. So I have a social link. Who left his link? Oh, John the Templar. What'd you do? Oh, what did you send us? Flying Ryan, by the way, has this awesome podcast called Grot and Rat. So they talk Warhammer and such. Alright. 3D printing. What's in the 3D printing? A 12x6 inch terrain piece for Warhammer. Let's see. Last week was... today's the last day of February, so it was the 21st. '21st was the last year. Okay, so I think we saw the I don't remember if we saw these legs, but coming out good. I think we did see these legs. Coming out good obviously needs a little filling in there, but very good, great detail. Looks cool. So this is gonna be cool. 12x6 terrain piece for Warhammer. Oh, did you actually? Is that like CNC cut? That's really cool. That looks cut rather than printed. But maybe I'm wrong. Okay, shut up, Cyanus. But it's different. Okay, a gold medal is a little different. A gold medal is achievable because there's more than 3 gold medals. At Warhammer, there's only 3 trophies, I think. And then there's the Slayer sword. Bronze oh, that's bronze filament? That is so pretty. Oh man, that's really cool. I like it. I'd love to. Sorry. I'd love to have It's that time of the day, guys. It happens every friggin' time. I love that. That's really neat. I don't know if you put paint on it at all. That's really cool. Okay, so February 21st. Okay, so first, Chanur's painting Space Marines? Oh my gosh. Start painting after a long time to fish. By Friday, bring it to a TTRPG con. Oh, cool. I hope you went, or... Yeah, went. Looks good. It was looking good. There's the head. Oh, the head looks good. Apparently it's doing a thing where I'm skipping a... There's the back. I love the little plasma section on the gun. That's so cool. Okay, so Night Whisper, Star Warner from Zombicide White Death, and Nara the Veil Watch from Elderfall Chronicle, Northern Wind, While at Con. Yep. So I remember this. Yeah, he grabbed a couple minis just because he had no idea what to do after he finished. He actually has been working on his Adepticon piece, which I hope isn't too much. It's really cool. I wonder if he's got a picture of it, but he's got working on the dragon from Old World, and I mean the actual dragon. He's actually he's gonna try to do the lightning where you put like a paper clip, and he's gonna try to paint that. It's really neat, really cool basing. That came out. That's coming out good. That tail. That's coming out cool too. Okay, so more work on the marine. Oh yeah, some gold bits and a little freehand there. Good job. I don't know if you can get. I don't know if you finished it because you probably did. But if it still looks kind of like this, I would go back in and whiten this up more because it kind of looks pink. It's looking good though. Saris has a Gundam. Oh no, it's not Gundam. Jesus Christ. You know what? They do kind of remind me of Gundams. They are big metal those suits. But this is his knight. I like the color scheme of this a lot. Oh, it's coming out really good. Although using white, what a friggin' nightmare that is. It looks cool. It's such a bitch to paint with. Got him. I know you play Tau. No, I looked at it first and saw all just the color, like the color blocking, and it's very Gundamish. But I was like, oh wait, no, it's not. But they're both mecha suits. Are we there? Very nice. I like the Space Marine. Wait, this is third. Antifreeze. Something quick and dirty for D&D. I like the model. Great paint job though. Canis Rex will get a U.S. flag painted on his shoulder due to his Freedom Hand weapon. Cool! Well, why didn't you just paint him red, white, and blue? He's red and gold. That's an awesome mini. It's really nice. It's really nicely done. It's a lot of dry. It must be dry brushed. This is what I mean by, I said some dry brushing can leave a texture. I think it actually works in their favor for this. But you can see it does have a texture. Sometimes the texture is sort of desirable. Let's see, work in progress. This one's Smart. Oh, and the original minis unlocked. Oh, I actually have this. I have this model, and I have it painted. He sits in my pirate ship. So yeah, the one on our left is the original, and the one on the right is basically added the shoulder pad there, the shoulder armor. Very cool. There's the backs. What are you... Is my phone talking? That was creepy. Let's see. Alright, so for Hooper, Mutant Barbarian. It's mutant because it's green. No, it's really cool. I like it. Nice highlighting on this. God, it's hard to actually find stuff, really. I like all the cloth. It's nicely done. It's a really good color scheme. I know, now look at my guy go, maybe I should have done it, highlighted it yellow. Braid for the hair and the pouch for the gear. Oh, okay, that was the changes. This is really nicely done, though. Yeah, this is the braid for the hair. And there's a pouch there. Yep. Oh, so it's the... Yeah, it's this guy's the new one. Okay, so I did try to do freehand patterns. You go, you. Oh, nice. Look at the paint. Nice. You put paintbrushes in there. That's cool. A little crown. King of mini painting. Nice. That's getting done. Oh, okay. Alley Cat Quantum Minis. Ms. Sugar the Tavern Keeper. Oh my god, their minis are so awesome. Juan is somebody that does support. Like, I get to print her stuff and give it out at cons. That is beautiful. Oh my god, I don't want to compete against you. I want this model now. We have to see if I can... I don't think I bought it, but I kind of want this model. That's really awesome. Quantum Minis are amazing. Absolutely amazing. And Alley Cat, you're doing it justice for sure. So let's go to finish. What was up last time? Okay, so antifreeze and this demon. Oh, I know. Is this Morty? That's really cool. Love the armor too. All the work put into that and the belt. Wow, that is so cool. I think it's Mortarian, isn't it? I think those wings look familiar. You could brighten we could brighten up the lava a bit more, but I really like it. Just looks so angry. I love it. Okay, so this was the Night Whisperer's entry into our giant painting contest. Tweaking some bits of this to a total kind of highlights the lower part, its straight leg, and add some purple. The funny thing though is that he added highlights to this part, but it actually is darker. This was a very, I mean, they were all worthy competitors. All 5 entries were terrific. Alright, they all had their merits, and there's no such thing as a perfect mini. Mortarian has the moth wings. Oh, maybe that's right. But they are sort of the droopy You know, the droopy wings. So I don't, you know, the droopy ones. They're kind of leathery. I'll tell you what. Like, we both actually, the funny thing is, Night Whisperer and I both helped each other out on our minis. I told him he needed to just bump up the hair. The hair was too light, and then the legs and the legs, the column, and the cloth that's in back were all too blended in together. They all looked, there wasn't enough contrast. And he really did a great job actually fixing those issues, and that's why I think he did so well with the votes. It's a very striking color scheme. This gold bronze armor looks absolutely amazing. Alley Cat, are you gonna did you put yours in here? You really need to get pictures of yours, and you need to put it in here. He added some purple on the base. Actually, yeah, you can really see it. And it ties into the eyes. I always say, you know, have multiple things at opposite ends to help draw your eye around the piece. And I can definitely see the purple in there. It's very subtle, but I can see it. People commenting, they actually like the little pinkishness of the highlights on that. We all bitched about that crown, but I think everybody pulled that off pretty well. He did a really nice job on this pattern back here. I'm pretty sure that also got him some votes. Is that the key design? And it's really cool because it does pick up the design in the armor. That's the same design. I went with Lake Mountains. Hydrate! Oh, I can't do water right now. Shit. Give me a minute. I'll tell you what, I will absolutely go do it before the end of the stream. I didn't even know it's supposed to end now. But I mean, I have to actually walk away. But I will promise you I will go get some water, okay? Does that work? Because I do want to finish this out. Did a great job. I will make sure I go get some water just for you. Alright, is my new Pathfinder character one of a bazillion Pathfinder characters? Oh, cool. Yeah, I actually, the problem is why I'm a little bit late now. First of all, my normal person I raid into, Baldy, is not streaming today because I think I mentioned too when I saw you, was the fact that his router is running too hot and he can't get on the internet. So he's getting a new router. So I don't have to like rush off, but I also actually kept painting my little spacey dwarf, and I went overtime because usually I start this at 2 o'clock. So this is a lovely job. I love the shot of blue right here. I love the creepy red glasses. And of course he's like me, he loves purple. Yes, Space Wolf. You know what? When I get done with this, I'll show it again. And where I left off. I started doing the fur today. This is a nice job, though. Oh my god, look at the potion. I love that. With the eyes on there. It's looking at you. Although the new name Space Dwarf is insanely powerful for an elite. Oh, really? Gemstones for the glasses. And what is that? Is that actually like eyes in the potion? Because I saw you put the green over the eyes themselves, so it looks like it's looking from inside. It's a really cool mini too. Very cool character. Alright, you also... Yeah, it's a creature in the jar. Okay. Finish up Nintendo Mimic. I like the color choices. It seems very Nintendo-y. Where'd you friggin' find a Nintendo Mimic mini? Everything's a Mimic, guys! Everything's a Mimic. That's really cool. Oh, it's the PAX mini. Yeah, PAX. Never mind. That's really cool. And then Rakshasa. I'm trying to figure if the hands are backwards. Isn't the hands and feet are not backwards? That's cool. Nicely done. You could probably have brightened up this yellow a little bit, but it's still is a contrast between that and the legs. Actually, he's got a cuff to the pant that I think you made the same color as the legs, but it's for tabletop. Okay, so... Well, you need to take some final photos of our alley cat. Here was my co-winner. Oh, wait, there's somebody at ban. Okay, hold on. I don't know if... Oh, I think you beat me to it. Or did you beat me to it? Yep, you beat me to it. Alright, let's go back to Allie. So, I mean, this is also a... Wait, so you look at Night Whispers, look at mine, look at Allie's. They are all very different. I think Allie's did remind me to a degree of Night Whispers because I think the skin tones were so light and they were shadowed very similarly. But his was a different shade of blue. Hers is more purple, his more green. But very striking, but this is what I think. This right here, and by the way, this actually doesn't do it justice, it is lighter. But this pattern, I think really, it was very eye-catching and it caught people's attention. I think a lot of people voted because of that painted pattern. Alright, so Alley Cat, do you want some feedback on this? Because I can tell you there were definitely some improvements I think you could do on it. The big thing was, and I don't mind, I said I give feedback, you can take it or leave it. I think the light side you did of her was fantastic. It's how you can't see it, but like those beautiful highlights on the side. The hair, yeah, get some new pictures actually, because it really doesn't show this off. So there's actually a beautiful light spot in the hair that the light is definitely coming from her left side. But it's the shadow side that's the tough part. Like the hair, like the shadows in the hair on the left side needed to be deeper and darker. And on the armor, like the armor hanging down and such, in the armor, it needed a little more variety. It was basically one color. In the shadows, you also need to have a shadow, midtone, and a highlight to give it that pop. So, otherwise, I feel like this is a fantastic piece. It's just that those were two things I noticed. And if you want to improve it a little, that's what you do. You need to add just a little more variation on your shadow side. But so good. So friggin' good. I'm so glad that she posted this. And I hope she actually maybe tweaks it a little more and posts more pictures. I gotta tweak mine too. You may have forgot. Yeah, like I said, I noticed, like said, the armor on her left shoulder. Sorry, the armor on her left side was beautiful. It was amazing. The highlighting was so good. But on the left side, on the right side, sorry, it was very flat. And I mean, you're too good for this. I would definitely go back over it, and I would definitely add some variation to that side, and then I would call it done, because I think it's definitely good enough. Your non-metallic gold was great. I love the blue. I love the fact you have that blue armor with the gold, and basically she's almost just really a two-colored character. She's got blue and gold, and even the bottom part is kind of towards. I would put in the gold family. It's very warm. But you did a great job considering you started later, everybody. Now you know what you're going to do next year. Alright. I think that is everything. God. Oh, no, wait. I was going to do a little tribute. So, as I said earlier in the stream, um, really sad news that Ron Karnak, aka Black Skull, 1965, passed away from a heart attack. He had plans to go to the Adepticon. I was so excited to see him there. I met him at ReaperCon. He was a viewer. He would pop in here and he would usually say something funny. He loved puns, he loved jokes and things like that. And he was just a joy to have in your life and such a pillar of the community. So I wanted to show off a few things that he worked on. I don't even remember Snowbird. To me, one of the finest comic style painters out there with his style. And he would always do really cool photos like this with like a comic book title above their head. God, she's friggin' beautiful. Oh man. Thank you, Ron, for everything. That's so sad. He did some interesting things too. I love this. Actually, I really love this mini. I remember this. I thought this was really cool. He did this whole set. The Tales of Asgard box set from Marvel United. He would also do Marvel Crisis Protocol. This is awesome. Look at that highlighting, man. It's so sweet. Oh, I see. That was just one of them. I'm sorry, I'm doing the wrong thing. Oh, this was only one picture. Okay. That's just gorgeous. All right. Oh, I can't do this because I'm not looking at any comments right now because your tab is here. Wow, look at that cape. Sweet. This is the thing. I believe, yes, it was finished. And if someone could get this to ReaperCon someday, it'd be amazing. So it's Lady Belgrave. That's her name. She's a ghost, and he went, the Festival of the Dead, or Day of the Dead. Colors and such, the roses and things. This thing is awesome. Just absolutely stunning. A fantastic take on this piece. Christine Van Patten knocked it out of the park by sculpting this. He added all those roses and the colors and everything. Just yeah, it screams Day of the Dead. Freaking beautiful. Gwenpool. Once again, I just love it. Minnie's work was so good. He will be very, very missed. And all right, I'm gonna close this out. Shut off display. All right, you know what? I'm gonna yoink my light a little away from my face because it's just too much. It's lighting me up too much. Yeah, this is really tough news and really tough to take, and I mean, it just proves you never know when. You never know when. I'm gonna put it unceremoniously, but it's me. You never know when you're gonna get yoinked from this existence. So, appreciate every day you have and appreciate everyone around you. You know, and the older you get, the more you see this too. Thanks for the huggies. I know, between that and the fact that I went into such an emotional session of Vampire last night, I was like, great, I'm already charged up to sit here and cry my eyes out. But I was okay. It was a good distraction. Oh! Gamer GJ. Here it is. I'm Space Wolfie. I did, if you see, I started working on this fur. I'm gonna add more highlights to it. I do need to do a lot more work on his face. Sorry, let me scooch it over. There we go. So, on the bear's face, I don't think I'm gonna give him pupils. I will put eyes in there, but I don't think. It's a dead bear. So little by little, I'm getting him done. Between him and Sloppity. Thank you for the little hearts. Thank you guys. Alright, so who am I gonna raid today then? Oh, screw it. I know I'm gonna raid. I'm gonna raid my sister in painting, Lotus K, one of my favorites. Oh, here's the thing. On Monday nights, I'm going to have to end up finding a new person to raid into because Night Whisperer is going to end up not streaming painting on Monday nights anymore. So, because he's going to be off raiding. So, let's go to Lotus K. Why is this not working? Oh, I know why. If you don't follow Lotus K, make sure you do, and hang out for. Feel free to hang out. Please hang out for a bit. She's pretty awesome. So I'll be back on Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I will not be here next Saturday as I will be in Fort Myers, Florida in 90-degree weather. Looking so forward to that after Blizzard this week. I will be on Murder Hoboink tomorrow night. That is on YouTube. It's M Hoboink or Murder Hoboink. That's 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And that is, of course, there's the Azure Atoll campaign. And yeah, we're just on YouTube. Come and enjoy. All the episodes are up. And I think that's everything. Hope you all have a great weekend, guys. I always appreciate those of you who hang out here with me at the Painted Hero Tavern. Until next time I pass across right here, as said, at the Painted Hero Tavern, I hope life is wonderful for you all, and happy painting.